Hey, fellow Aquas, let's go ahead and see what the animal energy is for the second half of May. I have the two oracles we started with here. What is the animal energy for Aqua? Oh my God, it's so, the blessings are abundant. The turtle, yes, yes, yes. I love this. So this is one of the okay. Like, remember when I said there's no energy that's happier than the dolphin? Okay, turtle's number two, like easily number two, happy center. I'm so obsessed with this, y'all. So turtle energy, first of all, more water. Hello and goodbye. Turtle energy equates to that of the Four of Wands in the Tarot, which is about celebration, happiness, marriage, family, joy. It's such a beautiful, 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 beautiful celebratory 11/11 synchronicity kind of energy. This is that sort of I know exactly where I'm meant to be energy, which I don't know if there's anything better than that, right? Truly believing and embodying that. You know, another aspect of turtle energy speaks of carrying your home on your back, right? So there's a certain aspect of deriving a lot of joy from whatever or whomever or through whatever feels like home to you. Right? Home is not always a physical place. It's a state of mind. It's a feeling. You could have somewhere that you go that feels like home. That's like, you know, somewhere in nature or someone is your home. So wherever they go is home, whatever that is for you. But this is like really, really beautiful. I'm hearing something really funny. So, do you ever like go on vacation far away from your home? And you're going to relate to this, especially if you have animals for sure. But you go away and you're having a great time on vacation, but you're kind of thinking about the house. Are your animals okay? Or is the house okay? Like if you have a house sitter or not, like are things holding up? Is there something that, you know, is it going to be okay without me? Like what's going on at home? So there's no greater feeling. And that's what this feels like of not only are you really enjoying yourself and really enjoying a lot of like play here and happiness, but it also feels like you're not worried about anything outside of that. It's like you're exactly where you are, fully embodied. You know that your home is where you are, or it's well taken care of, or it's the feeling of home is with you. I mean, this is so beautiful. Four of Wands realness. I'm so here for it. You know, there's also a certain ancient energy that goes along with turtle, like within the, you know, Buddhist tradition, there's the turtle that carries the world. Oh, stop it now, but don't you dare stop, because I literally cannot with this reading. I do not even know how more overtly positive this could possibly get. First of all, the world turtle carrying the world on your back, it speaks of a certain, you know, limitless and expansion of, you know, everything being in order at all times. So there's that element of this as well. Did we just get the sun card though? Every time I'm like, this is the happiest thing. Okay, this is number 2. And then we have the happiest key in the whole tarot. Stop. It's so good. Did we not talk about yin and yang with the black and the white? And then we have the lemur who is black and white, which is about balancing the heart and the head. Stop. There is something about this time frame for Aquas that just feels like I'm seeing Rocky on the steps in Philadelphia, like Eye of the Tiger, but not as like, you know, violent. Or machismo, but this just feels so amazing. The sun is about happy. I feel like I'm repeating myself now. Happiness, joy, contentment, good health. You know, lemur medicine is very much about bringing together the heart and the head for equal counsel and really being content with exactly where you are. I literally already said this because this is the energy, and this is just confirming that. Literally. I have to say what's coming through is a very summery vibes, no? We are heading towards, in the northern hemisphere anyway, the summer solstice next month. I feel like this is casting a glow. Let me tell you something. I feel the need to talk about this because it's coming up here again with the sun and the sea. The sun and the sea. The sun and the sea. There's something about that. So when I was meditating for the collective this morning, I got a very distinct, and I'm going to tell you what I saw. I'm not telling the other signs this, not because it's a secret, but because I didn't really feel like I needed to like specify. But I'm going to tell you what I saw for the collective. So I saw a bunch of fire ants coming up and really getting angry and surrounding the collective. And then I saw the ocean, and I saw the ocean come in and wash over the fire ants. But instead of like killing or harming them, it calmed them down. And I heard there's going to be a lot of relief in Domnu season. So Domnu rules, she's the water goddess. She's Queen of Cups, right? She rules the Yemaya, right? And Orisha, oh my God. And that's Yemaya right there. Interesting. Anyway, look up Yemaya. She's beautiful, beautiful goddess Orisha of emotional healing and the lakes and seas and water. She's wonderful. Anyway, so relief in Domnu season. So Domnu season is the season that comes after Beltane. It begins with the summer solstice around June 20th, and then aka Litha, and then goes until Lammas, which is around, it's like late July, August 1st, okay? So that time period, that 6 weeks feels incredibly important. It feels very happy. It feels like there's going to be a lot of relief. There is a collective anxiety that I was picking up on for a certain part of the collective. The collective that is experiencing the greatest anxiety right now is the part of the collective that is resisting change or resisting looking at the aspects of themselves that want to come up for integration. The part of the other part of the collective that's having an easier time with this and going with it are the ones who are not shying away from that call. But in Domnu season, during Litha, right, under the influence of Yemaya, which is the great emotional healer, there's going to be relief on a large scale. Okay, just had to channel that out. What else is going on? What else is going on? A collective message in there. Oh! I just got shivers again, like with all the water that's going on here. Okay, so we have 5 of Cups. Now, here's why I'm obsessed with this, because it's literally what I just said. Did I not tell you that I saw the water coming up in the fire ants and then relief? And then we have the 2 capybaras here. So 5 of Cups is all about perspective, right? It's what we place our focus on and how we see things that determines our joy levels in our reality. We aren't happy because our given circumstances are perfect. We're happy because wherever we look from gratitude, right? That's the T. 5 of Cups, capybara here, like dead on the side of the riverbank here, and then there's a capybara floating away. What did I literally just say about part of the collective struggling because there are things that are difficult to face that they don't want to integrate, and then another aspect of the collective is just happy in these waters. Remember, being the true water bearer. I feel like this is exactly what I just said. So I feel like there's a message around this, because also the turtle is also of water, but also can move on land. I feel like there's another message around this of, I'm feeling the humanitarian pull for Aquas to say, really be kind and look out for those around you that are struggling during this time period, really from now until Litha on June 20th. Because there are people, there are either younger souls or souls that are just in a different place who are really struggling with doing this work, who are really struggling with the energies at play as we shift into a new existence, right? I really hope you can't hear that lawnmower, but I swear I started the video and this guy next door who's obsessed with lawnmowering, if that's a verb, was like, I'm in a lawnmower right now. I'm like, oh my God, but that's okay. We'll fight the tides. So with this, I feel like this is a call to have more patience, more compassion, more kindness, and hold more space for those within our collective who are on the shoreline and not swimming these waters as comfortably. Comfortably? Right. But I also feel like this is a nod from the universe saying, you know, your perspective is in check and on point. And there's something about this eclipse energy, the full moon, everything that's going on within the collective that is allowing Aquarians to really not just integrate, but flourish. Right? I'm so here for it. Let's see what else is going on. Guys, I'm so sorry about the lawnmower, but I refuse to stop the video because it's like, it's too good. Like, can't stop, won't stop. Okay. Wow. So the 9 of Wands, this is really, really perfect with what we're talking about. So 9 of Wands is about perseverance, and it's really about knowing that, you know, as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you know, you're going to get to where you're going. And what's really interesting about this is that this energy, this animal energy is very much, yes, it's about perseverance, but it's also about staying power and stability. And I feel like there's this energy here coming through where you are going to be a rock for those around you. I can't tell you how much it feels like that. I'm gonna break it down for you further. Usually in a reading, we're looking at energies that are all about you, and it's all about, I like to do it that way. It's like, let's focus on you, right? But this very much feels like Spirit came in and said, listen, we gave you 2 oracles up front, which are really super positive. We're giving you this beautiful animal energy. We started you off with the happiest key in the entire deck. And now we're going to talk about your place in the collective and those around you. It's really interesting. But I also feel like another aspect of this night, which you can vibe with as Aquarians, we are the humanitarians of the tarot. So I know you can vibe thusly. But there is this aspect of the Nine of Wands here that says, like, oh, there has been a certain strength acquired within the Aquarian collective, that within this age of Aquarius and this changing of the tide, and that, now with the turning of the tide, I just heard Gandalf, right? Coming in, that says, like, all of that strength that you have built up is coming into use now. But I feel like it's for you. Of course it's for you. Of course it's for you. But it is also so strong that it is extending and benefiting those around you who could use a little extra help. Is there anything better? Like, shivers, and I feel like this is so, so amazing. So let's get an oracle here. I feel like getting the Ancestor Oracle. This is the new Stephen D. Farmer Ancestors deck. I recommended it in my latest newsletter. Really obsessed with it. Let's go ahead and get a oracle. This is really something else, Aqua. I just feel like all the things. Oh my. This is really, okay. So we have animal here, which is really funny because we had 2 animal oracles to start with, and like it's all animals for this reading. Like, look, there's nothing but animals here. So it's really so fun. So animal, and this says instinct. So this is really interesting. What I'm really drawn to here, I believe this is a puma or a cougar. What I'm really drawn to here is standing on the edge of this cliff here with the dark clouds and using this instinct as to knowing which way to go next. This is really interesting because if you think about it, being in the water, being around this energy, coming from a place of instinct, I feel like you're going to be called to not look at your situation and where you're going too far ahead, but approach this time like an animal would. The animal doesn't go like, I'm going to go to the grocery store and really stock up the refrigerator, right? The animal goes, okay, let's find lunch. And then once lunch is done, okay, let's do dinner, but only when they get hungry again, right? For the most part. There's some animals who stock in store for sure, depending on the season. But these animals, these predatory, mammals, there's this energy of just being exactly where you are and coming from a place of instinct. Because if you are popping yourself into the future thinking, what am I going to do for the next meal before you've even gotten your current one, or while you're having your current one, you are cutting yourself off from being able to provide for yourself in the given moment and get all the information that is available to you. The instinct only exists in the present moment. Now, intuition is a bit different. Intuition is very fluid and is all directions of time and space. And in order to access it, it does require that you be present, but it's a bit more nebulous in the specific context. Instinct, though, animal instinct, animals are in the present moment in the same way that this pregnancy here and this little girl here, that children are, right? And so it's really interesting that we're being called to be in that energy in that way. It's really, really beautiful. I feel like part of the reason behind that, though, why we're being called to kind of come from this animal instinct, is I feel like there's going to be a lot going on that may call for either shift in direction or kind of being on your feet and being ready and being flexible and adaptable. But it feels incredibly positive. I'm hearing with this, and I've been hearing this a lot for this round, is if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I feel like there are things coming. You're being called to just really tune into where you are and follow your instincts. Because there's also there's an aspect of cloudiness to the current energy where things are not necessarily as they appear, or it's about looking at it from a different perspective, like we saw here. So I'm really hearing to tap into your instincts if things start to feel confusing or you can't see the forest through the trees, which I feel like is a lot of the energy around you as opposed to coming from you, but we are susceptible to it all the same. Tap into that animal instinct and remind yourself that you know exactly what's going on. As an Aquarian, you are here for this new age in Aquarius, and you are at a point where you have set yourself up and prepared yourself to not only exist within the current, kind of more challenging energies for the collective, but thrive within them, right? There's something to that. I actually want to get some advice as well. It's funny because for this mid-month check-in, I'm doing it like I did the Beltane readings, where I do the 3 and the Oracle and all of this format without the clarifiers, and then I get an advice, but I'm doing everything out of order because I started with the oracles, then I'm doing here. So I'm loving it though. I'm going to go with the flow and be a sea animal about it and get the advice last. So I'm here for it. Whoa. Okay. 3 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this came up recently in a weekly reading I just did. So 3 of Swords in the upright is about heart pain that's connected to the past. It's about a lot of mental tension because it's the swords, as you know, that really can affect us in every way, shape, and form, right? It's that really, really heavy pain. The fact that it's in reverse, these swords are about to fall out, right? And do you see how it's the same like dark and stormy sky that's here? We're also talking about cluing yourself into the given moment and being exactly where you are. I feel like this is directly speaking to the shadow aspects that are coming up for integration. And I'm hearing that you are very much being invited to do that in some way, shape, or form as the opportunity arises. Now, I do feel like a good group of you are going to be able to, it's not that we're exempt from this, it's that we're going to be having a more fluid time going about it because we are accepting it and choosing to work with it as opposed to fighting it. Does that make sense? As the water bearers. Does that make sense? There are other signs that are going to be thrown into the depths of the ocean asking to work on these things, like the fire ants as well, right? And there are others who are going to, have 1 foot on land to ground themselves and then 1 foot in the water so that they can do this work in a balanced way. And I feel like that's why the 3 of Swords is in reverse. For a lot of others, it's going to be in the upright around this work, the parts of ourselves that we don't like to look at, the parts that our own responsibility for our pain and how we've been holding ourselves back, and the pain that, we've caused others, and the past pain that has affected our choices, how we made fear-based choices over love-based choices, all of those things that are difficult to look at. Ultimately, how have we played a role in where we are and where we are not? But for us, this is flipped up in the reverse and coming up as advice, right? Which is saying, I'm hearing this, forgive everyone for everything. That includes you. That's the way forward with this energy. Forgive everyone for everything, including yourself. And I feel like I just felt you guys go, yes, I can do that. It doesn't feel like an energy of like, no, or like, that sounds really hard. I feel like there's something within the energy for Aquas that goes, yeah, I'm about ready for that. Or that sounds good. Order up, that sounds good. This is really beautiful. This is like the tonic for the collective. The thing is, they have it like this. We have it like this. And so not only can you do this with and for yourself, but others around you are going to benefit from you doing this, right? This is integration. This is denial. Integration, denial, integration. So here for it.